בכבוד.
ערב הגאולה. After all these miracles, to be able to see in Eretz Israel, of course it's a sign that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to deliver the redemption. As the Gemara says, Pesach is a time of redemption. Mashiach might come any day. The Gemara says, actually coming out of exile to go to Israel only can be on Pesach. That's the Gemara says. So therefore, Chachamim decided to make a seder in the night of Pesach to try to finish even the Hallel before midnight, because midnight is the Yeshua, says the Gemara. The Torah tells us, the Gemara tells us, that Avraham Avinu chased the four kings. The Torah says, "V'chalek aleim laila." The Gemara says the night was split. The first half of the night was miracles to Avraham Avinu. This was the night of Pesach. And the second night is scheduled for us. And therefore, on midnight, Am Israel came out of Egypt. Didn't come out of Egypt, but he got the permission to come out of Egypt because it was designated from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It means every year, there's a Zari and a Zohar, midnight is a crucial time. By us, in America, might be, according to the midnight of Eretz Israel. Might be. Or, Chachamim said the opposite. If he did not show up in Eretz Israel, for any reason, we still have a chance to get him here, and then he'll take us to Eretz Israel. As the Gemara says, the says, that actually we did fly to Eretz Israel on the night of Pesach. We went on the cloud and we came back to Egypt, but we weren't ready to stay. The person has to be ready to stay. The job of the night of Pesach is 60 mitzvot. Rabbi Aderet says, if you look carefully and you count what you got to do, 60 mitzvot. So it's very nice to do mitzvot, very nice. But what is behind it? The Gemara tells us there are three parashot in the Torah that have 60 mitzvot. The first one is Mishpatim. And then, I think it's Nirtza. The third one I don't remember, maybe you remember? Remember? 2 weeks ago you reminded me something, I didn't remember. That's why I was asking you. I think one is Mishpatim and one is Nirtza. The third one I don't remember right now. So Gamliel said you should know on the night of the Seder, you have 60 mitzvot. So what 60 mitzvot is, that number 60 should ring a bell. That Moshe came down from Har Sinai. Moshe said to Am Yisrael, learn Mishpatim, that has 60 mitzvot. What is the significance? So many mitzvot, and why does Hashem give us so many mitzvot? Because we have Tayag mitzvot. So the simple explanation is that's the schedule. That's the schedule. Comes the Rambam in his commentary and he says on the sentence Hashem chafetz leman tkodiyot Rabbi Aderet, Hashem is going to like very much, or he hopes for his righteousness. There and then, and this is the reason Yagdil to Rabbi Aderet, they have so many mitzvot. Says the Rambam in his commentary, you should know. Hashem hopes maybe one mitzvah you do 100% Hashem Shamayim. Maybe. He gave us 613. Of course, part of it is not to do. So it's not to have the Hashem Shamayim for Hashem's sake. But we have Ramach. Mitzvot Aseh, 248 mitzvot Aseh. So the Rambam writes, listen, Hashem gave you so many, maybe you hit home one. By the Hashem wants me to keep mitzvot. So the whole purpose of the mitzvot, it should at least have one mitzvah. What does Hashem want you mitzvot? For what? I say Shema Israel every day. If you listen to Hashem, if you listen to everything, but the mitzvot, what is really the secret of the mitzvah? That Hashem is so strict about it. Mitzvotai, one says every day, you have to feel that today Hashem gave you the mitzvah to do. The Mishnah, talking about Veratz the mitzvah, if you want to do mitzvah, of course. This Pesach, Chag Pesach, the way the Torah tells us, is matzah. Matzah. Matzah is, you mix flour with water and you put it straight in the oven before it rises. This especially mitzvah, it's called Bikat Chametz. If you look in the Siddur, the text, it says in the Zohar, Chametz is Yetzirah. Chametz is Yetzirah. So why do we eat chametz all year round? Shouldn't chametz. It's just in the Siddur it says a text. When you burn the chametz, I'm burning the chametz now. I want to burn the Yetzirah. Chametz is not Yetzirah. So bread. You say Motzielach min haaretz. What's wrong with this? No. You can't have chametz in Beit HaMikdash, and you can't have chametz on Pesach. So the concept of chametz, the concept. Torah says, "Ushmartem et hamatzvot," a special mitzvah. Go to a bakery. At a bakery, you see a fest. They do the matzah, and you watch. Make sure that the dough did not stay by itself for 18 minutes, because then it becomes chametz. That's the mitzvah. It says, what does Hashem want? What's wrong with this? Says the Gemara, זזים מקדימים למצוות. Nets. As early as you can, jump out of bed and worship Hashem, work for Hashem. בכל לבבכם, בכל נפשכם, בכל נפשך. It says this is a test. The earlier the Gemara says they do mitzvah, if they rats the mitzvah, says the Mishnah, you should run. It says because you run to the mitzvah, it means you're quick. Quick is a sign that you want to be a servant of Hashem. In return, says the Gemara, Hashem took us out of Egypt earlier. It's called Pesach. Pesach is from the word jumping, skipping. I said, why did Hashem skip? Because you skipped. What did I do? I did matzah. I made the matzah. Matzah is a sign of doing something quick. That's a sign. So, okay, fine. So, Hashem, the Rambam writes in his commentary, Hashem hopes one mitzvah you do it right. That's why he gave us so many mitzvot. But remember, redemption is because of the mitzvot. In Egypt, Hashem gave us mitzvot. The Gemara says, the Nabi says, we didn't have any mitzvot. Hashem went to Moshe and told him, listen, do this. And there's 22 mitzvot right there. And said, B'zchut mitzvah, because of the mitzvah, you go out of Egypt. That's how important it is. I still don't know what the mitzvah is. Moshe Rabbeinu, in his last speech, he said, if you want to know what Hashem wants from you, Hashem only wants from you to have fear of Hashem, Yirat Shamayim. That's what Hashem wants from me? Yeah. Torah in the text. מה השם אלוקיך דורש מעמך? כי אם לראות השם אלוקיך. Worship Hashem. And the Torah goes in detail. You see, remember what happened. Remember Hashem took you out of Egypt. Remember what has to do with this fear of Hashem. You know, we say in Tefillah a lot of sentences about fear of Hashem. רצון יראיו יעשה. Somebody prays to Hashem, Hashem will do His will. Why? Because he has fear of Hashem Yireh Shamayim. What's so important about it? I mean, it's very important. But somebody can pray to Hashem and ask people to pray for him, nothing happened. You know why? Missing fear of Hashem. Ratzon Yirayav Ya'aseh. And says, what's behind it? Comes the Gemara and says like this. You should know this is our secret of life, of our life. Leil HaSeder, finish Leil HaSeder, Halel. You say Halel, and the Haggadah says Nirtza. Stream explanation means, oh Hashem, I did everything. It's midnight now. I'm waiting to hear the shofar. Nirtza. What Nirtza means? Accepted. What accepted? What happened? Says the Gemara those words. יפה את רעייתי כתרצה נבע כירושלים. איומה כתגלות. פסוק in שיר השם. I believe chapter 6. Hashem refers to us, says you're beautiful. כתרצה. Tirza. What's tirza? What does it mean exactly? Describe somebody's beauty like tirza. Says the Gemara, I'll tell you what it is, tirza. I'll tell you a story the Gemara says. A king is looking to find a queen, so she can come for the interview with Shmatis, just garbage clothing. So since she's coming, so the king is gonna make her a dress. He's gonna do a dress for her. Then she'll come to the interview. Impossible, the Gemara says, that the king will choose a queen if she's not dressed properly and she's not beautiful with the clothing. Says the Gemara, as the Zohar says it. You know, after a person dies and they bury him, the upper part of his body, without the inside, flies outside, goes to Gan Eden, you go inside for Mata Machpelah. And he goes inside, and they give him a garment. They give him clothing, garment. And then he walks with this. The people, when alive to Gan Eden, he suits. But the people over there, they have garments. Not everybody has the same jalabiyah or the same garment, but they have a garment. The Shonitzim garment, garment. How do you get this garment? Hashem gives you a garment. Hashem gives you a garment. The Gemara said, I tell you what. That garment, you made it. Every time you make a mitzvah, you thread and you sew, you tailor your garment. The more mitzvot you have, more colorful the garment is going to be, or not even more colorful, even the solid color also, you're going to see something shines like gold, like silver, from the mitzvot that the person does. Just like Gemara, tell you what. Hashem doesn't care less if you do mitzvah or you don't mitzvah. You make kiddush, you have tzitzit, it means nothing. Hashem, it is nothing. Just the Gemara, tell you what it is. The whole thing is one thing. And one day Hashem wants you to be next to Him. And Hashem is the queen, and you are the queen. And because you are the queen, Hashem wants you to be nice. The garment shines and gives the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the person because that person did mitzvot. Hashem Chafetz Abat, Hashem is looking forward for His righteousness. What does it mean? It means Hashem created this world. He created us. You think He created us to be here like this? No. Hashem wants us to be next to Him. If Adam Hashem would not have eaten from the tree, it would be Olam Haba right there. What do you mean? It means Hashem wants to be next to you. Okay, fine. So, that's why Hashem gave Adam Hashem some mitzvot also. Because if you keep the mitzvot, it means you're tailoring your own garment. And that garment is necessary to be in front of the king. Gemara says that's the secret of our mitzvot. Okay, so what do you say? I tell you what it is. You know, in Shmoneh Esrei we say, let's say, you know, after we have part of Shmoneh Esrei, we say, Hashem, please, you should want it. You should know those words are the crucial of Shmoneh Esrei. Rabbi Shmoneh Esrei say, Hiyu leratzon im refi. The word ratzon all the time. What does it mean exactly? So you want Hashem to want you. So when you're in Shara should know, a person can behave, and it can be tzaddik tshuva. Certain things, elements, he has that Hashem doesn't like so much. For example, the Gemara says, it's too much pride. The Gemara says, Hashem said, listen, do me a favor. You be here, I'm there, everything's perfect. Don't come next to me. Hashem said, that's what Hashem told the snake. He said, listen, here's the food, don't pray to me, I don't want to hear from you. So when you know a person can walk around this world, he's not accepted by Hashem. Hashem doesn't care. Okay, sit here, okay. Breathe, eat, I don't care. But you're not next to me. After we prayed, we had all our requests. We said, you with a lot of mercy, תחפוץ בנו, you should have desire for us, ותרצנו. תרצנו. It's like, yeah? You know, it's Nirtza mean? Tirza. יפה את רעייתי כתרצה. So, you know what it is? Hashem said in Shir Hashem, let me tell you something, Am Yisrael. I like you very much, but not I just like you. You are accepted by me. That's the goal of our life. That you want not Hashem to be just to be happy with you. Hashem should want us. ותרצנו, we say in Shmoneh Esrei. It says, Hashem, we want to see, that you come back to Zion. That's the goal in life. You want Hashem to have a desire to see you, to be next to you. Hashem says, this is the secret of our life, you should know. פותח את ידיך, פתו השם, זה שולחן ערוך, זה זוהר. Have this כוונה in this pasuk. Open your heart, open your hands, פרנסה, פותח את ידיך. המשביע לכל חי, רצון. What רצון is? Where do you get this name, word רצון? רצון means that you are so-called accepted by HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you have desire by Hashem to see you next to you. So this Hashem give you parnasa. It's a crucial. If Hashem just hear from you, maybe you have parnasa, maybe you don't have parnasa. Parnasa, you know, parnasa is hard. This is one of the reasons might be that Hashem does not want you. Not he rejects you, but you know, it's not desire to he doesn't want, okay, you're here. So you walk on the street, but you know Hashem doesn't care about you. He lets you have whatever you want. But the goal is you want Hashem to have desire, it should be next to you. That's the goal in our life. And that's what Rabbi said after we say Hallel, I say Nirtza. Finish. That's it, is over. Over, finished. What happened? It's called Nirtza. It says, we hope we did the job well. That Hashem wants to be next to us. We don't want to be redeemed. We want to be redeemed and stay next to Hashem. This was the purpose of creation. It's called Nirtza. Because the Gaon Vilna told us, you know, there are 60 mitzvot. I never said that. What? What's the meaning? 60 mitzvot? What is 60 mitzvot? Parshat Mishpatim, Moshe Rabbeinu is in Shamayim. After Hashem said the 10 Commandments, Hashem told Moshe, 60 mitzvot, Parshat Mishpatim. What is this? For what? Because those mitzvot, so-called hints and includes a lot of other mitzvot. And those mitzvot, when you do, is like you making your own garment. And the own garment needed to be redeemed. Do you know that's the secret that Yaakov Avinu one day decided he wants to make Yosef a garment. The garment is called Pasim, right? Got the garment here. What's the garment? What's the garment? What's the garment? For what he made a garment? Of course, Israel loved the same kol banav. Yaakov loves him. What are you making him a garment? The Gemara says when Yaakov made him the garment had lines. And the line, 4 lines. Probably vertical. It says the word pasim is abbreviation of 4 things. The pay is Potiphar, the Samech is Socharim, merchants, Yud is Imach Shema Mishmaelim, and Mem is Midyanim. Thank you. Midyanim. It means like this. The behavior of Yosef, learning Torah and Tzaddik and all this, granted him that Yaakov himself already made him the garment. And that garment represents the mitzvot that Yosef does. So-called Yosef himself, sold himself his own garment. But right now, Yaakov buying the garment, says, Yosef, walk around with this. The brother says, what is this? He says, Yosef already has his own garment. He already tailored his own garment. That's the secret. That's the secret of the clothing. The Gemara says the clothing of a person, because the person wears, really represent what he deserves to have as clothing. And the clothing, Otor Kasalma, you know this is the power of the tzitzit. The Otor Kasalma says a special light you have in your own clothing. And it says, from what? Because of your clothing? No. Because you do mitzvot. Your body does mitzvot. Therefore, you get threads. You get threads, you have a garment. And it says, okay, fine. I got the picture. Okay, so what is it all about? It says, Moshe said to him, listen, I'm Israel, I want to tell you something. Hashem wants from me only one thing. Fear of Hashem. See in Shachid you say, רוצה השם את יראיו, את המייחלים לחזור. השם רוצה. It's a desire he wants, the ones that have fear of Hashem. The ones that wait for Hashem's Yeshua. כי רוצה השם בעמו. Every time you say the word רוצה, you know what רוצה means? רוצה means that you have to come to a stage that Hashem so-called has desire for you. He wants to be next to you. That gives you parnasa. And that, Moshe Rabbeinu says to us, listen, I want to tell you something. Hashem wants from me only one thing. Eh? Why? Why Hashem from you? I fear of Hashem. He said, what is it? Look, what's Hashem to you? Shapri Yerushalayim. He says, all those things I'm thinking about, what is it all about? If you have fear of Hashem, you do the mitzvot right. You have to do the mitzvot right, you saw your own garment. You saw your own garment, so you can be next to Kadosh Baruch Hu, he wants to see you. That's all. Pesach is not time of redemption. The 5th cup that you should have drank is, Hashem says, Vavi etchem elai. You bring you to me. Of course, it means that's Israel. But Hashem did not say, I'll take you to Israel. You're not going to Israel. You're going to be next to Hashem. This is Mashiach will come. So I'm going to Israel. I mean, next to Hashem. The Gemara says it. Which is on the eagle's wings. What does it mean exactly? So that's what it means. Hashem wants us next to him. The Gemara says an eagle, when he takes his children, is afraid of nobody. He's only afraid of arrows from downstairs. Put the babies on top of him. So-called Hashem took us on top of him. So it's not a history. This is a sign from Hashem what he wants. Yeah, time of Geulah, redemption, Pesach is coming. What do you want? I want Hashem to want me. How do you know he wants you? He will take me on his wings. That's the goal. That's the expectation. This is the job of Leila Seder. It's not, okay, I believe in Hashem. It's very far from the task, or from the idea that Hashem has for us. We have to be so-called attached to Hashem, so-called on his wings. And you hear the shofar, you don't go to Kennedy Airport. And Rabbi says, either Hashem will give you strength that you can fly with your own hands, or if you don't have it, then it's going to be a cloud in front of the door and take you. That's what Hashem made us. And then the Kabul in Egypt, we came out of Egypt with a cloud. There was one cloud underneath us, and it picked us up, and we went. In one day we went. Because that's what Hashem wants to show us. It's not redemption. It's being next to Hashem. How you be next to Hashem? Or just when you have Yirat Shamayim, you have fear of Hashem. If you're Hashem, Hashem wants you. Don't say Hashem Ba'amo, Hashem wants you. So it's a schedule. So the little Seder says Shulchan Aruch, the Shlosh said you have to be very serious now. It says you have to aim. At the end of the Seder, Hashem says, oh, I want you. I want you. That's called the redemption. And it says, where is it? And it says, after Hallel. Hallel, Nirtza. What's Hallel? What's Hallel? The Zohar says Hallel numerical value is 65. As Hashem's name, Aleph, Zalet, Nun, and Yud, that we call Hamonai, my master. It's called Shem HaMalchut. Hashem has a lot of names. One of the names of Hashem is called the name of the kingdom. The way you pronounce Hamonai, you write it Aleph, Zalet, Nun, and Yud. Says the Zohar says, you know I say Hallel? You don't say Hallel. Alu Avdei Hashem. I'm not Hashem Moshe, I say everything else is just a declaration to Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want to explain to you something. I want your kingdom. A kingdom means that I have fear of Hashem. It's called Yirat Shamayim. Yirat Shamayim means that Hashem wants you. Hashem wants you, then you have a garment. You have a garment, you be next to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This expansion, Parshat Metzora, Zohar says 11 things causes tzaraat. The Gemara says one place 7, one place 10. It's not just Lashon Hara. But this tzaraat is so powerful because it's a lack of Yirat Shamayim. It's not a sickness. It says in the Zohar, it's not a sickness. All of a sudden, the guy gets a white spot. You get it for being a chutzpah, for Avodah Zarah, for Gilui Arayot, for being stingy. There's a list where you can get it. You know Lashon Hara, you need to speak Lashon Hara. Doesn't matter. But you're missing fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And it's a special thing. It's such a bad sickness that even though this guy did not go to a cemetery or something, he touches somebody, ruins the person. The Torah says the person is tzaraat, has to run on the street, and he has to scream, Tameh Tameh Ikra, get away from me, get away from me. Because if you touch me, you become Tameh. So why you didn't go to the cemetery? Why did you come Tameh? What's the secret? Have him tell us. You know, Moshe Rabbeinu, and last year before he came to Israel, Hashem told him, go speak to the rock. He hit the rock. Hashem said in the Torah a few things. One of the things he said to Moshe, you know what? You're not going to Israel, you're not, because you don't believe in me. But me, I don't believe in you. He hit the rock. How did it happen to Moshe Rabbeinu, such a mistake? How did it happen? I you can say all the explanation. That's very strange. Somebody was in Shamayim for 120 days. It's Moshe Rabbeinu. So Hashem told him to go speak out. He had to very, very strange. In his hand, his mouth. And Hashem said, you don't believe in me? I don't believe in you. How can I not believe in you? A similar question is about Miriam. Miriam also speaks Lashon Hara about Moshe. Says, it's not exactly Lashon Hara, but it's not nice. Why she spoke like this? She got a tzaraat on her hand. Moshe Rabbeinu, the first time Hashem met him, Hashem told him, listen, to go take Am Yisrael out. Moshe said, they won't believe, they won't come out. Hashem said, excuse me? Moshe said, yeah, they won't believe. Hashem said, Moshe, they won't believe? You don't believe. The Torah tells you a story. All of a sudden Hashem told Moshe, put your hand under your arm, came out, his hand has his white spot. It's the first time in the Torah we hear about this tzaraat. Moshe Rabbeinu got, it's very strange. What did he say? He said, don't believe. Okay, fine. How come you said it? If it's so bad, you should not have said it. Hashem was very upset with him. The Gemara said, that's what Hashem told him. What do you have in your hand? A stick. Throw it on the floor, became a snake, because you missed a snake. Snakes spoke Lashon Hara, you speak Lashon Hara. It's how it happened to Moshe, 80 years old. What happened? He didn't learn the book. What happened to him? So the Gemara says, story. Read the story of the Torah story. Yocheved put Moshe Rabbeinu in a box, and she put it on the Nile. Torah says, "Vateret bat Paro lichotz aleho." Bitya, daughter of Paro, she goes down. She goes down to wash herself in the Nile. So there's two versions of the Gemara. One version is she had tzaraat. She had tzaraat. A tzaraat you get from a lot of things, as I told you before. You don't know why. She was tzedeket, yes, but she had it. So she went to dip herself. Something similar what somebody's tzaraat has to be purified. But I don't know what the Gemara means. She wanted to purify herself, just to wash herself, because tzaraat is scratchy. Okay? Torah tells you. But the girl Bitya says she sees the ark. Moshe is the The Gemara says, one version, stretch a hand, touch the teva. Touch the teva. Says the Gemara this. Means she touched the teva, the tzaraat flew away from her. Where is the tzaraat now? Flew away? No. Chacham Ibn Ezra said like this. Look, you read this week's parsha. As the Metzora has to purify himself, has to bring two birds to make dosh. One bird, they slaughter it, and the other bird, they have to tie it to the tail of the bird, zatar, and a red string, and a little branch, and then you need some water from a spring, and then you take this bird, alive, and you dip the tail in the blood of the one that you slaughter and in the water that you brought from a Nile, from a spring. V'shilach. Then let go of the bird. Oh, story. So what do you mean let go of the bird? Why let go of the bird? It's my bird. It's my pet. So you know what? Metzora is inside now this bird. Transferred that so-called punishment. The tzaraat is a punishment. By the way, you should know the bad sickness. People suffer so much. Stipler said it's not the sickness. The whole thing is Satan. The whole thing is Satan. Tzaraat, Zohar says, Rabbi Aderet says, it's not the sickness. It's something spiritual. That spiritual thing, the Torah tells you, listen, the bird that was used to purify this guy had tzaraat, fly her away. So I fly away. My pet. Maybe he wants to eat it. It's like a pigeon. It's raw maybe. So what happened? If you can eat it, you're going to have the tzaraat. What do you mean tzaraat? What do you mean? You see, you purify this guy, goes inside. Bring it transferred. Says the Gemara, look, that Bitya, that Paro, she went into the Nile, touched with her hand the box. At that moment, she looked, no more white spot. No more. Where is it, the white spot? Inside Moshe Rabbeinu. In another version, she didn't get rid of the tzaraat when she touched the box. When she opened the box and she saw Moshe, she said, "Hello, cutie." She put her hand, and tzaraat went into Moshe Rabbeinu. Miriam was standing by. Maybe she gave her hand also. The Torah will tell you, look, now you understand what the Torah says. Moshe, at the age of 80, Hashem said, you go take Am Yisrael. He said, they won't believe in me. You know why? Because you have inside you what she touched you. And Miriam, you speak to Shonara about Moshe. What happened to you? Because she touched you. And then Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, go speak to the rock. He hit the rock with his hand. What hand? Remember the hand? In Egypt, he told Hashem, they won't believe in me. What happened? Hashem made a tzaraat on his hand, because it went from Bitya's hand to his hand. I said, therefore, he has some kind of negative energy in his hand, because he was touched. And the Torah says that a person has to be very careful It creates so-called bad energy, and it's lack of Yirat Shamayim. Says the Zohar, you should know the whole success of a person, the whole redemption is because fear of Hashem. And it says Lashon Hara, being stingy, pride, all other things, stubbornness, all these things, a person can get a white spot. A white spot is a sign of so-called lack of Yirat Shamayim fear. Hashem only loves people with Yirat Shamayim. See why? Because if you have Yirat Shamayim, you do the mitzvot, you give a garment, you give a next one. So this is the goal. The goal is not let us say that. The goal is not to have Mashiach. The goal is Mashiach will deliver us to be next to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'tirtzenu. And that's the kavanah of let us say that. The person should be tied in it. In Let us say that the Shlosh said, sits down the whole let us say that, no quick jokes, no something. What do you do? Wait for Nirtza. What's Nirtza? Nirtza accepting? No, Nirtza is not accepting. Nirtza means Hashem wants me so-called because Yafat Rayati ke Tirtza Navak Yerushalayim. Then you go to Yerushalayim, says Shlomo Amelech Shir Hashirim. And it says, you look so nice. Look nice what? Tirtza. Tirtza means what? Tirtza means Hashem wants me. Hashem wants you in Yerushalayim. Says Chacham Sforno, says no, Mashiach will come. It's going to be the entrance to Yerushalayim. He says, hello? You don't belong here. So why don't you belong here? Hashem doesn't want you here. Why do you? You don't have the right garment. That's what the Rambam writes in his commentary. A person should shrine, mitzvah. As the Gemara says, the matzah. The whole idea of Pesach is quickly, because Metzora is take it lazy, take it easy. But the whole Yevan, B'chavod. No Metzora in it. What do you mean Metzora? Metzora? It's a brachani, it's kosher. No. For Pesach is Metzora. Therefore, Hashem told us in Egypt, you eat the matzah quickly. אכלתם אותו בחיפזון. Why do you have to eat quickly? For what? And how? Because you have to have your stick in your hand, and you have to have your belt on, and your shoes on. I said, well, I have the whole night. What's the rush? Where am I going? Ma says mitzvah, the mitzvah in front of you, run to do the mitzvah. Anu ratzim, em ratzim. You see a masechet, you say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you run to do a mitzvah. You have to run. Because run shows that you want to be slave of Hashem, you want to be next to Hashem. And let's build the garment, tailor the garment from us to be Yerushalayim Rabbi Melamed.
Amen.
Next year in Yerushalayim.